Ah, I'm here. Hello. Sorry for being late. I genuinely just woke up like 15 minutes ago. I don't know how it happened, but luckily everyone's still here and we're ready to race. 30 minutes late, a little bit later into the day, but I guess that's better for people who didn't want to wake up too early. Apparently I didn't. I swear, there was an alarm. I guess I turned it off in my rage. Alright, so I'll just, we're probably behind schedule, so I'll probably just hop in and, holy frick, Moyashi has begun. No, he reset. Okay, that was interesting. Cool. I guess he was just tested to make sure it worked. But since we're live now, let's see, desktop audio. Let's put that at 10. Make sure A-list isn't too loud. Pump up this volume. That seems like it would be at a good level. Let me know if the audio levels are alright, guys. But yeah, I think I will quickly tell these guys that it's time to begin. Yeah, I'm sure they've had a lot of time to practice since I slept in. Alright. In the race. At Moyashi, at A-list. Time to... Are you guys ready? Oh, that's a lot of words. Let's just stick with the standard. Ready? There we go. Sorry, the gameplay really frozen right now. It's just me talking in the Discord, getting the guys ready. Don't worry about a thing. I hope the layout looks alright. I should give a quick look at that before I really get started. Let's see here. A-list PB is 28. It's not 2853. That's Moyashi's. I mixed them up. That's a good reason to check. There we go. Okay, now we got the correct information. Probably. Alright. We gotta go though, so let's just get in there. Yes! Alright. On go. Good luck. On go. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. Alright, and they're off. Again. Huge sorry for being late, but we are beginning now. And the two players are actually already pretty in sync. So we're off to a pretty good start here. I would quickly refresh the streams. I don't think they ever crashed. I think we're on a good internet day today. Well, yeah, let me know if you guys can hear me alright. Also, just to make sure that my chat's not broken, say I in the chat if you're here. Because my chat is blank right now. I'm not sure if that's just because it's bugged. Anyway, honestly, going into World 1, this is really pretty much one of the better streams. Restreams I've put together. There seems to be no lag, and the quality of the two players looks pretty good. I like it. I like it. Alright, no one said I, so I'm going to quickly refresh this. Just in case my chat's broken. There we go. Okay, but then pause this. There we go. There we go. Everything's good. Sorry about that. It was in World 1. There's not much to see in World 1. And considering they're both on conveyors, I don't think anything, to see happened in World 1. I think that confirms it. Obviously, the first couple stages that can create some stress, some frustration, some tough times for these runners would be probably switches. the most likely one. If both players did green gold switches, they have a chance of dying. But at a certain point, that strat becomes so standard, so textbook that they would only fail it if they thought about it, if they overthought it. So I imagine the go-to strategy for both these players would be just to do it like it's a normal run, because green gold switches is actually like 100% consistent, and like it's the same movement every time. You know, it's a lot easier than it looks, especially when you've done it like 4,000 to 10,000 times, depending on the player you are. With Moyashi, he's probably done that strat over 10,000 times. He has a lot of attempts in story mode, so it goes to show the experience he has. If he failed green gold switches, that would be years of experience. Years of academy training wasted. But it looks like neither of them did, because they landed on curve bridge on good pace. Moyashi, of course, the consistent pauser, going for curve bridge frames. A-list once again, continuing his trend of doing first cycle in races now. Good plan. Worked against Taco. He did actually take the lead once when Taco lost a lot of time to pausing, but Moyashi just got an absolutely excellent curve bridge, finishing off with a 244. That's just above average. I can barely even get 244s in runs, and Moyashi just did it in a race. That right there is curve bridge frames paying off. A-list, who's not going to know where Moyashi is, because he chooses not to look at his opponent, doesn't know that, and I'm sure he's just content with getting out of curve bridge first try. He got first cycle, and it was good and fast. Easy sub 3. But that kind of power play from Moyashi, pulling out, I mean, he backs up the claims that people make about him. I say he's the best pauser in SMB2, and I don't think there's anyone who would argue with me. I say in SMB2 specifically because there's definitely a contender in SMB1 who would give Moyashi a run for his money, but the thing about Moyashi is, for the first like 3 matches I watched from Moyashi, I don't think he failed curve bridge frames once. Like, maybe some players are faster at pausing, but there's not a person who I can find who is more consistent and fast. It's kind of incredible. That's why Moyashi is such a... I mean, was a past world record holder and could contend for a world record again if he was grinding. He's got the ability to take time over like everyone on all pause strats, and then his regular movement's fine. Like, he can do great on any stage. That was a particularly scary ending to bumpy check. It looked normal, but A-list did not get the clip off the bump to get in the goal there. He actually nearly fell off the edge, but clipped off back onto the bumpy check. So basically, any deeper and he would have lost all his speed and fell into the hole. But he did it at the perfect level of shallow where he got height, as opposed to just falling and losing speed. So very nice work from A-list. You'll see that save a lot actually at bumpy check. It's surprisingly common. If you don't get collision, just force it by nearly dying, I guess. Moyashi was able to go fast enough to go for first ramp on inchworms, but A-list had to take second ramp. Taking a 46, Moyashi saving a second. On top of the, I would say, solid 10 seconds he saved with curve bridge frames. People may argue about curve bridge frames consistency, and if you've seen someone fail it multiple times in a race, you'd understand, like, yeah, is this worth going for in runs? Well, for Moyashi, yes. If I'm Moyashi, I go for curve bridge frames. The time he saved with that, and just clearly his confidence in it, it shows. It shows. And with that, he has, like, a level lead. And A-list hasn't died or anything. Ooh, missing the first frame on alternative. Oh, he didn't even hit the button, too, on his way out. That's huge, actually. Holy moly. Did that actually just bridge the gap right there? Oh, yeah, and he misses a cycle, too. That's horrible. If A-list makes no mistakes on alternative frames, I think he'll actually get there just... Nope, he also misses a frame. Alright. That puts Moyashi still in the lead, but not quite as much. He definitely took longer to recover his alternative than Moyashi did. Simply by flying over the switch. Shouts to my boy A-list. He's my boy as well. I love that guy. This is a really epic race he has in store for us, too. Look at the 2 PBs. A-list the number 3 and Moyashi the number 4 in the world. Both of PBs within 2 seconds of each other. The closeness of this race should not be understated. It hasn't even happened yet, the closeness, but I know it will. These 2 players not only are so close in PB, but in consistency. I mean, this is the grand finals. Welcome to the grand finals of the Summer of SMAL tournament. A-list and Moyashi both have defeated so many opponents. I mean, Moyashi's undefeated. Moyashi literally has not lost this tournament. That's how amazingly consistent he is. Although A-list pulled out a better time than Moyashi has in his last match. He pulled out a 29-12, and the best time Moyashi's gotten so far is a 29-20. So A-List has the ability to pull out times that can beat Moyashi. The question is, how well is he playing today? And as for Moyashi, the times he's pulled out, all really good. All enough to beat his opponents. He has not lost yet. I've lost to Moyashi. It was scary. It was sad. Demotivating. But like, if someone's playing that good, you know, you have to be playing that good at the same time, or else you don't stand a chance. I mean, that's why Moyashi's had that world record at one point, right? You can see it. You can see that world record level gameplay in his ability. Honestly, this run's pretty nice. I would be surprised if he doesn't feel like he has a good chance of peeping here. Because aside from missing a frame and alternative and losing like 10 seconds, his actual run has been like clean and deathless, and he got a really good curve bridge. So I imagine he's probably only like 5 or 6 seconds behind his PP. If we could see it, but both these players have chosen not to use their actual splits for this race. Interesting play. I've heard both ends of the argument. Hey, use your actual PB splits so you have a chance to, you know, fight for your PB. That's what I do. Because I can't focus very well unless I have, like, a lot of pressure. And knowing I'm on PB pace is a good amount of pressure. Woo! A quick little death on downhill from dropping off too early by Moyashi. It can happen sometimes. You can play it safe by dropping off later, but the angle gets worse the later you drop, so. It's kind of a choice of, like, how confident you are that you're going fast enough to drop off early, or whether you just want to drop off at a time where you can always save it. But it can be hard to save if you drop off too late, because the angle gets horrible. Anyway, it looks like A-List will actually make the same mistake on downhill. That's unfortunate. I was about to make a call. I didn't say it though, so no commentator's curse. But I was about to make a call that the advanced expert would not fail an advanced stage, but you know, whatever. I didn't say it, so you can't blame me. Anyway, Moyashi cruising into... Ooh, getting hit by Giant Comb. That's a rare one. Typically, players have done Giant Comb enough to no longer get hit by Giant Comb, but every now and then, an anomaly happens, you know? Twice! Jeez! That's terrible. I had to look closely to make sure Moyashi wasn't doing my Giant Comb setup. I thought mine was the only one that was inconsistent. That's just annoying, dude. A Giant Comb is the bridger of gaps? Unless A-List dies here, but if he doesn't, Giant Comb actually, yep. Giant Comb bridged the gap between these two players. That's wild. Like I said, Giant Comb is supposed to be the stage that everyone knows so well because you do the exact same thing your entire life. You learn one strat for Giant Comb and it never changes. There's no better way to do Giant Comb than just walk forward and avoid the comb. So these two runners have been doing Giant Comb like that for years. And somehow, it still does that. It still kicks you in the nuts. Woo! That was a wild dynamic maze. I think he got a frame that works, but it's definitely one of the more awkward ones. Like, he had to over-adjust hard to fix the collision, and dynamic maze could have been nice. If dynamic maze had given him no collision, he could have just flew in there, but of course, more often than not, you get collision on things. Ooh, I missed green gold launchers from Moyashi. That actually will put A-List right up Moyashi's nose. Oh, now A-List is in the lead. And he's taking blue gold launchers. The consistent decisions from A-List will pay off here. Because now he gets this first try, and even if Moyashi gets it right now, yep, A-List is now in the lead. Simply by making less mistake. Green gold launcher saves about 4 seconds over your typical blue gold launchers. So if Moyashi had gotten it first try, he would have saved that 4 seconds over A-List. But since he got third try, A-List was able to catch up and take the lead. A-List Beehive. A-List not repping his strat enough in this tournament. Ooh, he was considered. That was an interesting choice, A-List. He was considering trying 38 and just like throwing in neutral. And then he decided against it. He decided he didn't want to commit that contact. Did Moyashi just mess up on great slots? Boy, these runners have some kinks to work out because they're getting pushed around by the strangest stages. Very odd. Still a solid run for both, but it's interesting the stages that are deciding this race so far. Because both players have to work on their mental game too, because like losing to those stages probably doesn't feel good. I don't know how Moyashi feels, but I know A-List will be concentrating. You know, using all his mental power to not let those mistakes dictate him, you know? Actually, I don't think A-List really made any silly mistakes, aside from the coin slots retry, which happens sometimes. You just try to pause too fast and you use a frame that doesn't work. But Moyashi definitely took giant Coma coin slots deaths, which are pretty rare. You don't want to see those. Anyway, good old wormhole frames. Hey, I know these now, so I can actually watch and tell you what frame set they got. 18. I can tell you. Hey, 18. Good frame set. All sets that get you 53 are good sets. The only one I don't like is the 28, 36, 13. Because that one actually, you have to get a 52. It sends you at a bad angle. So that one's my least favorite of all the sets. I can talk about the sets. I was ignorant. I was a noob when it came to wormhole frames. Whenever I commentated, now I can tell you exactly what I'm seeing. It's great. And shouts to wormhole frames. Ever since I learned them, pauseless wormhole got way better. This race is looking epic. Hey, it's the grand finals, right? Moyashi the undefeated versus A-List the consistent. Who's gonna win? I have no clue. It's been pretty crazy and close so far. Right now, A-List is actually in the lead. The main decision that actually put A-List in the lead, if I had to blame, you know, establish that credit, would be blue goal launchers. A-List went for blue goal launchers, Moyashi went for green goal and failed it twice. And that's what was the kind of the first thing that caught up A-List. This time, Kirkbridge's first cycle was not a good deciding factor because Moyashi is an excellent pauser and he got Kirkbridge frames first try and very fast. He got a 244 World 1, which is frickin' speedy for a tournament. So Kirkbridge's first cycle was not something that helped him to save time over his opponent this time. Against Taiko, it kind of made sense, but Moyashi's the best pauser in the game, so you don't often see him fail a pause strat. And be slow at it either. Somehow fast and perfect. It's kind of incredible. Anyway, nice Taco Toggle from A-List. As you can see from the levels though, right when A-List gets out of a level, Moyashi enters it. So they're looking a bit like the stage behind. A bit less maybe. Because if it's a longer stage, they'll actually be on it at the same time. Like Fluctuation, you'll see Moyashi enters while A-List is still on the stage. So something of a medium stage behind. Oh wait, no, I forgot. Moyashi actually goes for that route on purpose. I was like, oh, Moyashi should take the Fluctuation back up. No, I forgot. Some runners actually prefer to take that path. Interesting choice. I've seen people get hit mid-52s with that path, so it must be kind of good. Moyashi's 9 seconds behind. That's so close. One death could change that lead. There are deaths that take more than 9 seconds. Golly, golly. Not a comfortable lead at all for A-List. Although with the strats he's using, he could hold on to it. I can't see him dying too often, especially in somewhere like World 6. This combination strat. I want to just get rid. I mean, he got it. So, good. I would have been sadder if he died to it, but I want to retire. Oh, Moyashi kind of knows what's up. He definitely didn't take the... I think he just, like, has always been doing that combination strat. Because the new optimizations to it weren't there. But he's doing the safer version anyway. And that strat, like we discovered a couple months ago, can get you 54, 40s, and 50s, so it's the faster version. Who would have thought that the noob combination would end up being the faster one, huh? That's a hilarious discovery. It was discovered by me, but for the wrong reasons. Do you ever just commit to a really baby strat because you're a coward and don't want to do the pro strat, and then you find out that it's actually faster? It's a cool plot twist. Like, honestly, I can pretend that I knew something all along, but I don't pretend. I tell people like it is. I was a coward, and it turns out the coward strat was faster. So glad I didn't miss this match. Yeah, it's the grand finals of the tournament. We got nothing else. After this, we'll be done with the Summer of SMAL tournament. This should be the best match here. I'm betting on a best of 3. Because A-List is in the lead over Moyashi, who's undefeated. So, if he keeps this lead, that'll be pretty special. But will Moyashi lose twice in a row? I don't know. And then, of course, if A-list loses this round, he still has a good chance of beating him again, because these consistent strats pay off. And he's not going to die to frickin' coin slots again, you know? Little stuff like that's going to be worked out. Moyashi missed opera frames once. I did see that, yeah. He had to take the hardest set, the one that has 2 extra perfect frames. I get it. without condoning or condemning, I understand. That's horrible. Lately, every time I'm on PB Pace, I have to use that set, and it's terrifying. As much as I love backup frames, Opera has one of the worst backup frame sets. 23, terrible set. 2 frames with no backups. 17 seconds behind now. A-list wants to take a lead before World 10. If there's one world you don't want to be facing someone who's really good at pausing on, it's World 10. And that is inevitable, so... a lead is good. A lead is good for A-list. Of course, A-list does have the World 10 world record, so that does say something about A-list's World 10 ability as well. Like, A-list is a pretty solid pauser. He's actually repping the 2-finger pause nation. A lot of the really good pauses, I found out Callum also does thumb slide, like me and Taco. So that's some pretty good reps for the thumb slide nation. But A-list is a 2-finger, and he has the World 10 world record, so he's got the ability. How do the runners know what frame to pause to? They have it memorized. Basically, there's a sheet that you can open up, a spreadsheet, that tells you what frame to go to in order to pull off certain stunts and stuff. But over time, you do them enough, you memorize them. So, like right there, up to 56, 55, and then upright will get you in the goal on obstacle. With some adjusting. But yeah, like the more you do it in runs, the more you just kind of like don't forget them. Like they just come to you instantly. It's like muscle memory for the brain. I guess that's what all muscle memory is. But it's like muscle memory in like the math part of your brain. It's crazy. Like I just enter a stage and I'm like 25. I don't have to think. It just happens. It's kind of crazy. The only time frame stats are kind of awkward to remember what to do is when you get deep into backup sets that you don't use too often. Like if I get deep into like the longest frame tree on Invisible, I'll kind of forget what frames I'm supposed to use. So basically, the more you use a frame set, the better you get at it. There is a little known technique that Moyashi uses on Domino, an insta pause to get the fastest collision off of the Domino switch. It basically will save time to anyone who gets an awkward slow collision if they're doing pauseless Domino. So, very consistent strat. The kind of stuff you would expect to see in a tournament. But I think Moyashi does it all the time. Respect, though. Big hype. Yeah, this run's kind of epic. Also, A-list can just get a 52, 73, without going straight in the goal. Have we talked about that? A-list has a really good, safe hierarchy strat. A-list safe hierarchy strat gets the same time as my fast and risky strat. That's very, very upsetting. I don't understand quite what A-list does on hierarchy, but he gets a good time without even, like, doing anything risky. Like, he's not doing 53 hierarchy. 53 hierarchy is what's supposed to get you 53s or high 52s. And that's what I do to get a high 52, but A-list found a safe way to do it very fast. Moyashi also going for 53 hierarchy, gets the second try. Yeah, that's what 53 hierarchy is. It seems A-list is on a pretty good run. Yeah, I mean, he took some instant time loss to his PB from doing Curve Bridge first cycle. So, like, 10 seconds there. And then, hasn't taken a lot of deaths so far, like, in general. Like, launchers went fine. He did, like, a quick coin slots retry. But yeah, the run in general has been pretty good. Definitely 29 pace. I would say he could still get 29 on this run. Of course, his 29 ability counts on his World 10 ability, which is World 10 PB is incredible. But it's a lot to ask for him to play close to that. Although, even though A-list World 10 world record is a 306, which you might say is unrealistic to get in a run, he has gone a 309 in a tourney match, so he can play pretty close to his best. It's crazy, though, because I've never even gone, like, a sub 310. Like, I'd love a 309 World 10 best. But it just takes, like, gorgeous, clean play throughout all the world. And a level of confidence that you just will never have if you're, like, on a PB pace run. It's scary. It's scary. The only time you can pause like a madman on a PB pace run is when the PB run is only on PB pace if you play perfect. When it's like, okay, if I get World 10 world record, I can PB. Then it's like, okay, now I can pause like a madman. I can do whatever I want. Doesn't matter. If I don't, I lose. But then you still have to back it up. You still have to, you know, actually succeed in all the pausing. That's what I got to work on. By the way, speaking of new strats involving both pausing and not pausing. Ooh, that Moyashi momentum. The first clip he got was very, like, weak, which was unfortunate already. Not his fault, and then I think he went too wide at the end there, so he didn't have time to get back on the momentum. But yeah, Alis has been taking a firm lead, simply with his consistency, not dying throughout this match. It's pretty incredible. Ooh, that was a close entangled path for Moyashi. Barely was able to bonk back into the goal. Did a little back and forth on top. Moyashi's gonna need a miracle to catch up now. Are you ready for a miracle before the pass? It's World 10. 4-stage lead is nothing on World 10. World 10's got the ability. Of course, I'm not calling that I think Alis is gonna suck in World 10. Alis just died on swing shaft right after I said that. I didn't even see that. Okay, sorry. We're not, no jinxing. I was talking about World 10, not this world. Shut up, swing shaft. Freaking collision. Whoa! But like, little things are screwing over Moyashi. That's what sucks. Like, what are you even gonna do about that low collision on trampolines? Nothing. That comes from hitting on the corner instead of right in the middle, but that's like a very subtle difference. Like, that can just happen to people if their head's not totally in the stage. Well, Moyashi didn't die of swing shaft. I figured trampolines is probably a quicker death than swing shaft, so Moyashi definitely saved some time over Alis there. Go, Alis, says Complex playing. This is exciting. He's in the lead. His consistent decisions have paid off. You should have seen the World 1, though, Complex. Alis went for first cycle, which would have been like, aha, the consistent play. He's gonna like maintain a nice strong place over Moyashi. Except then Moyashi got a 244 World 1. So he paused on curve bridge like crazy and saved 10 seconds over Alis right there. So instead, it was the consistent decision to go for blue goal launchers that helped, because Moyashi died a couple times to launchers, trying to go for green goal. It's interesting what paid off. Also, go Moyashi too. Yeah, I'm a big Moyashi stan. I'm a big Moyashi fan. Between Taco and Moyashi, Moyashi is someone I look up to a lot for their consistency, because consistency is kind of my style of gameplay. So I feel some solidarity with Moyashi. And he's just a really strong player. And if he was grinding, he could definitely have world record again. And whenever I schedule with him, he posts happy, funny emojis. So I feel like we're friendly. Well, that doesn't mean I'm commentator biased for Moyashi. If I was biased, it would probably be for Alis, because we can actually talk. That's a tough advantage that he's got there. But there's no bias here. I just want a close race. My commentator's biased is that we get one win from each person, so that we can get a third race. But of course, that goes without saying. That's what you like to see. Respect to Ace list. That's kind of cool. Respect to A-list going for the slowest orbiters ever. Both him and Taco have taken a death on orbiters on really important runs before, so I wonder if he feels that. Moyashi just clawed back some time. He was 4 behind, now only 29. That's cool. That's cool. I imagine on Guillotine he saved like a second over A-list just from good pausing. And then I guess it was A-list's big death on the swing shaft that helped a lot as well. Whoa. The problem is, if A-list is gearing up for like a 3-2x, 3-3x World 10, Moyashi will probably save time over him. I think Moyashi could easily get a 3-1x. So A-list needs to be in tip-top shape in World 10, or else he's gonna be losing a little bit of time. He also died in chip pipes. Oh, Alis died in chip pipes. Jeez, I'm missing the deaths. I feel like everything's playing well. I'm looking at this through like rose-tinted goggles. Holy moly. Keep your eye on the ball, Peter. Alis going for the regular training path. Oh, woohoo! What? I have never seen that before. That is the very first time I've ever seen someone clip off the ending platform and go over the goal on training. That's like a bumpy moment right there. I won't say anything. I was about to start talking about him taking the wrong path on training, but since he took that death, you have my silence and my respect, Alis. I'm sorry that happened. But just so you know, the thinner path on the right side for training seems to be a bit more finicky, more janky, so it'll give you more speed bumps and random clips and stuff. So I feel like on average it's the faster path, and it's not that much more dangerous. Anyway, that's a training death. Not how you want to start a World 10. Typically when you start a World 10 when you're already not on PB pace. Ooh, yay! Moyashi doing complex gimmick. I think Taco definitely... Oh, no. I was gonna say Taco prefers, like, regular gimmick. Like, regular fast gimmick, like the 6-frame set. I wasn't sure what Moyashi did, but it's cool to see complex gimmick. Thinner path is faster, start using it. Yeah. On average, it seems to give you more random speed bumps and stuff. Alright. Part 2, complex gimmick. He gets it the second time. Spaghetti really coming out here at the end. It goes crazy. Out of all the World 10 stages start messing up on. If you're talking about training, yeah, that blows my mind. Gimmick? Complex gimmick is actually the most skill-based gimmick, I would say. It's the only one where, after getting the frames, it's not just about getting across. You do a special timing to launch yourself up the path. And very, very... Ah, the death on training and missed training, or labyrinth frames. Holy frick. And missing labyrinth. It's adding up. That's probably more costly than what happened to Moyashi on gimmick. But, yeah. You actually have to set up your angle of, like, speeding up the ramp again. And little tiny changes to, like, your timing on setting up that angle can create huge mistakes. Like, you can go off the left side, off the right side, not have any speed going up the ramp. It's actually very important how you time that final adjustment. Like, deceptively, I'm not sure how hard it looks to someone who doesn't know the strat. Like, I guess it looks kind of hard because you do go up the path pretty fast, but... Okay, Moyashi taking a backup frame on Labyrinth. Faster than what happened to A-List on Labyrinth, though. A backup frame is better than having to retry and die. But A-List is on the last 3 stages. As long as these go fine, he wins. He has quite a significant lead for this late in the run. That was some good routing for that stage select, A-List. That was kind of awesome. Did you guys see that? He went down like 5 instead of up 2 for the stage select. Why? Clearly he thought he was dead, so he wanted to retry. But he just kept going. Also, Moyashi having to finish with regular postmodern sucks, and A-List getting invisible. I think that'll seal the deal. At least Moyashi knows how to spell postmodern. Getting a 34 is a pretty good time, RTA. Basically, unless A-List decides to die like 6 times uncreated by, he's pretty good. Alright. Not a 1. Not a 1. Not a bad race for A-List. 30-14. Low 30s is probably a time that he can be happy with. I know he knows he can do better, but it was the win. So, good round. A-List will be preparing to move on to the next one, and Moyashi will just be finishing up invisible. Here's created by. Oh, wait, Moyashi actually does create by frames. This could be a huge decider. If we're talking about consistent plays, this strat definitely works out more than Paw's created by does. We'll be interested to see if that helps him out. Ah, the classic reset to get back into the game. I love it, Moyashi. So efficient. Chip pipe, swing shaft, training, labyrinth. Yeah, a lot of little random deaths, eh? Minus those, it would have been an easy 29. Oh, I respect that. Absolutely. I was just about to start talking about how Moyashi will not take the same deaths it took last time. Like, Giant Comb is so random. Like, frick you, Giant Comb. Just go on in there and practice it. Make sure you still know how to do it. A-list noticing that Moyashi's getting some practice in. Maybe gonna check on a stage himself. Not sure. No, he just wants to. He was considering it. He'll just go into the data select, I think. I'll give Moyashi a sec. I understand exactly how he's feeling. Where one particular stage just ruined your day. Doing a race. 2 deaths on Giant Comb is just so random. Anyway, looks like they're ready. Ready? A-list is ready. Moyashi is ready. Okay. On go. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. And the game's unfreeze. Back in action. We still have some amazing sync. I have not lagged once this stream. Usually my multi-stream lags, man. Let's go. Yeah, no, the stream is frozen when I go to talk in the Discord, because when the window's not active, it freezes. So, if I had honestly, I could ask someone else to do the countdown, I guess. Sorry, I probably should have done that for the sake of the quality of the stream. Next time, one of you guys can do it. Yeah, I'll count on you before the past, if we get to game 3. Anyway. Let us get into game 2. My predictions? Commentary bias aside, you know, wanting a game 3, an exciting match to commentate. I think Moyashi wins this one. Moyashi's been undefeated in the tournament. I can't see him going 2-0 here. I also can't see him messing up on Giant Comb and coin slots again. So minus those mistakes. Little silly stages that just do not come up often, little anomalies, he can have a very good run on his hands. Especially if he gets a curve bridge like he did last time. Last time he got 244 World 1, which is gorgeous for an attempt. I rarely even get that in an attempt when I, like, don't care. Moyashi's just that crazy. His best 2 out of 3 deal? Yep. A-list has 1 point. If he gets another, the game is over. But if Moyashi gets another, we'll see a game 3. I'll say most of the time Moyashi gets beat in the first round, he turns up the heat another notch. Yeah. I feel like he just needs time to warm up a little bit. Although, today's scheduling worked well in his favor, I think. Because us scheduling for 10 a.m. Well, it should have been 9:30, lol. Sorry for waking up late, guys. Us scheduling for early in the morning NA, though, for him, is like late in the day. Japan time, right? Actually, yeah, Sporto can confirm. What time is it? Either way, he probably had some time to practice, which is cool. 11:40 in the evening. Yeah, so he would have had the day to practice. So that works out well for him, too. That should help him take another match. Thanks to the quick time zone knowledge of Sporto. Alright, here comes curve first frames. You guys get excited? This is Moyashi's business. This is where Moyashi shines. Amazing. Like, how can you do these 1 frames? Oh, 05. Oh, he just decides to go for curve bridge after that. Dang! A little bit of a mix of A-list decision making in Moyashi here. Consistency. Go for curve bridge once. Holy moly, these clips though. Can you relax, Moyashi, please? Can you still make first cycle? Is that what you're trying to do? You're crazy. Okay, whoa! Whoa! Moyashi almost got first cycle after going for the first 4 frames. What in the world? I always thought you could only get first cycle after missing the first frame. I have never seen someone genuinely try for it like that. Probably would have been better to reset after frame missed. Yeah, I guess he just didn't want to retry. He just didn't want to be caught in any sort of bad state with curve bridge. I think I get the decision. Basically, he took second cycle. That was insane. That was crazy. Imagine if he pulled that off. I mean, he went for like 2 huge clips. And one of them was like a really, really like unorthodox one. That was a crazy idea. Also, network error. Okay, never mind. Network error was a lie. Don't tell anyone that happened. But seriously, if he had done that plus the big second last clip and then a nice grind off the last one, I think he would have made first cycle. That would have put anyone who wants to argue curve bridge first cycle versus frames in their place. Holy moly. Someone going for the first 4 frames of curve bridge, missing them, then getting first cycle. Jeez. What a man. Either way, the time loss Moyashi took isn't as bad as it might look. Getting second cycle loses 10 seconds, and he paused 4 frames really fast, so he probably lost like 12 seconds. Nothing crazy at all. This time, though, A-List going for curve bridge first cycle immediately definitely paid off. This time, he gets to feel the time save. Last time, his opponent got 244 World 1, so it felt a bit worse. Of course, not like he knew, but it felt a bit worse going for first cycle. But this time, Moyashi's swagging it. Moyashi's showing his movements in a good place. I don't think that's a sign at all that Moyashi's going to lose. I think that looks good for him. The fact that he could just confidently pause and then try and clip like crazy and get first cycle. That's absolutely wild. He's in a good place right now. That gravity sire was nuts. Yeah, Moyashi was able to take the first ramp and get a mid 46. A-List had to take the second ramp and kind of like barely got on the ground in time to touch the goal. Both had pretty good instances of gravity sire for the strats they chose to go for. Moyashi saving a little bit more time there, of course. A-List taking a normal totalitarianism? In what dimension? Did I miss it? Wait, was he trying to do 50 alternative? Oh, I missed the frame. Okay, E. E is right. I guess he retried. I missed him missing it, but that's unfortunate. That puts them neck and neck! Look at that! That's neck and neck, baby! Oh, that's what we like to see here. Oh! Sorry for yelling! A-List, are you really? Yeah, I guess he is gonna save this. Is that faster than retrying? This is so awkward. This is a whole situation. No! He spent 10 years trying to save that organic form. He actually spent 10 years flying around on that stage and then it ended in a death. That is a horrific situation. Hey, A-List, tell me how you're feeling right now. Not good, Peter. Oh yeah, that makes sense. Thank you, A-List. I don't think we even had to ask him. I'm not happy is probably the simple answer. With what the situation that just happened there. Sorry, I didn't do the A-List voice. Not good, Peter. Sorry, that was sucky. I was spending like 10 seconds trying to save it, then dying anyways. Sorry, A-List is like the only person in this community who I can apparently do an impression of, so I have to take that when I can. Have to take that opportunity. If you're watching this back, A-List, you know, flattery is the best form of imitation. Anyway, with that one stage, plus a little exit game thrown in. Oh, yeah, okay, relax, Twitch. With that one stage and an exit game thrown in, Moyashi is now about one stage ahead. So, a solid, what you'd expect, 10-15 seconds from what just went down there. Imitation is the best form of flattery. If you do it in reverse, it's even funnier. Holy poop, I just woke up. Me too! It's a good thing I also just woke up, Seahawks, because this round started later than it should have. I screwed up. Sincerest is the right word. Am I hearing birds or something? You better believe you are. There are several birds in my household. It's a Petrus feature. Oh! Crazy twister from A-List. How did A-List make that twister? Barely touched the inside of the left goalpost in a way that like was able to kick him in as opposed to knocking him off. Would have sucked. Would have sucked if he didn't, but there it is. Birds. It's a bird world. It's a feature. Thanks, Todd Howard. Anyway, yeah, there's A-List. He got at least the sub 9 World 3 milestone. That's like the first milestone you get as a decent runner. Like once you're like sub 34, you can get sub 9 World 3s. So getting that at least means it's not too terrible of a run. I'm convinced y'all can slow down time in your minds and do this stuff. Yeah. Yeah. Funny, relatable story relating to that exact sentence. I one time played when I was sick. Like, really sick. I did a stream. Like, I was doing speedrun attempts. And it legitimately felt like time was slowed down. Like, the game felt so slow. But the funny thing is, it wasn't helpful. It wasn't like I could react better to time slowing down. It was like, time slowed down, but I was even slower. So I just got to watch all my failures in slow motion. It was like the worst feeling ever. So it turns out time slowing down doesn't necessarily mean you win. But I did see the screen. Like, the way I saw my TV unfolding, like the levels and stuff, it felt slow motion. It was so weird. Except I still sucked, so it didn't help. Like, my brain was in slower motion. Oh, that's huge! Last race, Moyashi, getting back to the race. Last race, Moyashi died several times to Gringo launchers. That time, Gringo launchers went very well for him. Which means, not only will he save time over his last run from getting it first try, but he'll save time over A-List, who's taking blue goal, in order to play it safe. That's huge. I mean, considering Moyashi was already in the lead, little stuff like that adding up is just a good situation for him. Sometimes my tire feels like everything's going faster, including the music. Yeah, definitely. If your head's in a bad place, the game feels wrong and different, and you just, like, can't play it right. It's weird. It's happening now? Yes, Solar! The Grand Finals! Welcome. A-List took the first round, and we are having what looks like the reverse. Moyashi with a very strong lead on this round. Lots of areas where A-List can catch up, of course. It's not sealed yet. Moyashi's definitely not looking to get 2-0'd in the Grand Finals. 18 seconds behind is A-List. That's not as bad as I would have expected, considering what happened on organic form. I guess the organic form itself only cost him 12 seconds right there. But it was a sucky situation. It would be hard to play well, for me anyway, after that happening. One of the worst feelings in this game is spending a lot of time trying to back up a stage and then it ending in a death. Like if I had just known that I suck, I would have retried immediately and just tried the strat again. This is assuming A-List can stay out of his mind. Yeah, A-List has improved so much in his mental game in speedrunning. I have a feeling that he's gonna be fine. He's won races where he got 4-minute World 1s before. He'll be fine. He'll be fine. 4-minute World 1's a lot worse of a feeling than a death on organic form. I've lost a race with the 4-minute World 1 before. That's not impressive though. I just wanted to show off the fact that I've gotten a 4-minute World 4 in a race before. It feels bad. That's some good coffee. Authentic Costa Rican brew. Probably not authentic, actually. I don't know why I threw that word on when I know nothing about Costa Rica. This is the last Summer of SMAL, right? Yep, this is the end of the tournament. It was a really fun time. We saw a lot of improvement, a lot of crazy close matches, and we're finishing it off with probably the most epic match of the tournament. If not expected to be epic, though. Like, Llama versus Taco was pretty freaking epic. If only because Llama was upsetting at certain parts of the race. Like, he was breaking, like, crazy expectations that match. That was pretty epic. And of course I'm biased, but I love all matches that had where I was facing Taco and Moyashi, but that's just because I think they're cool and it was an honor to race them. But this is so far will probably be one of the closer races. Believe it. I mean, already, here's my prediction, right? A-List got 2-0'd by Moyashi before, earlier in this tourney. That sucks. Like, why, Tower? But now A-List is winning. So, does that mean Moyashi's gonna come back and win twice? Or does that mean we're gonna get the closest third game of our life? I don't know. Shameless plug, it's looking like there'll be an SMB1 score tourney called Fallout, because it's in the fall. That's a cute name, I like that. Summer of SMAL, Fallout. Hey, we got the naming, dude. Good thing it's still kind of summer, right? The Summer of SMAL tourney lasted a long time, didn't it? I'm happy. Love SMB, happy to see Rainbow Streamers race for the series. Yeah, it's been great. I think the community is at like its best point in a long time. Like, there was like a golden age where there was like a lot of runners, a lot of really high level runners. But right now we're probably at like the closest to that, or maybe even better, I don't know. Because we got tons of top level RTA runners, ILers still going at it. The tournaments. Actual tournaments that are like succeeding. Like, apparently people tried to do tournaments a long time ago, but they would always like fall apart due to bad organizing. This one's had its moments, but like, it succeeded. We won. We finished it. You know? That's nice. Is this the third time A-List faced Moyashi? No, he faced Moyashi once before and lost. Yeah, that is what I was afraid of on combination. I really feel like, I don't know. No, I got nothing to say. It makes sense. Okay, here's the thing. You can't judge A-List for not choosing to go for the easier and faster combination already, because it's not easier for him. For most people, we learned how to do combination from the J-Cool tutorial, which teaches you to do the strat that's now faster, where you get bonk off the combination. But A-List actually started with that version of combination. So it's not a familiar strat to him, to bonk. So I can see why he would go for this in a tourney setting, because it's the one he's the most comfortable with, but it's still such a hard strat. It's painful to see it right now in the tourney. Also, 55 cliffs from Moyashi. I haven't really mentioned it, but you gotta pay attention to some of the strats Moyashi's been doing. A-List has been taking a consistent strat, consistent kind of route for this tourney match. Moyashi's been like basically doing an attempt. And like succeeding this time. Last run was a bit scary, but this time Moyashi's on a good run. Solid run, actually. Probably, is it PP? The curve bridge was a bad start, but aside from that, I don't think anything too crazy has happened to Moyashi. Moyashi's been doing a great job this run. Yeah, I can't actually think of the last death I saw from Moyashi. It's been going pretty well for him. Oh, no Steven switch Inferno. I think that's just a product of Moyashi not being too active right now. In SMB2, he's a Kirby Superstar runner right now, so I guess he hasn't picked up some of the newest strats. But yeah, no. A-List has faced Moyashi only once before. He's faced Taco before as well. But that's it. If A-List had faced Moyashi again before, I bet he would have beaten him. Because A-List got 2-0 the first time. If he had another chance to fight him in Swiss, you better believe he would have gone all in. Pulled out like the double 28. And A-List has verbally expressed the fact that Steven Switch Inferno is not at a good place for him yet. Oh! That's double too easy from Moyashi. Moyashi's gotten Spiral Bridge first cycle twice. That's great. Let's see if A-List can get it twice too, because he did get first cycle last time. A-List got the double 50 folders though too. Folders has been really fast for him both races. That's like part luck, unless you're really good at setting it up. Alright, here we go. Can we get an 8 easy? Lots of 2 easies. A-List knows how to do folders. Yeah, that guy can control that stage. I just always look greedy whenever I try, because I die. Oh, A-List is so good at Spiral Bridge. That's what Spiral Bridge should look like, man. No qualms. Like, I didn't even believe that he could fail it. Seeing that movement. 8 easy. If we get to a game 3, we could actually see a 12 easy. That was a crazy Spiral Bridge. It was so good. So confident. So much so that he bonked off the party ball. He had so much speed and height going into the end. And then he still got a 0.4. I saw him get a 0.6. High 0.6 in an attempt the other day. It was kind of awesome. My record right now is like a 0.70. But that was in practice when I can like really go ham. The fact that you can just get .68s in runs is kind of cool. Oh, frick you, Domino. That means Moyashi actually saves time with his insta-pause. Moyashi insta-pauses Domino to always get a fast button hit, and there he saves time over his opponent. Consistency pauses, am I right? They work in places. If we ever see Alis die to invisible by getting no collision at the end, then Moyashi will also save time over him there, because he does a consistency pause for a 4th frame on invisible. Little interesting decisions that Moyashi makes that serves very well for Attorney. That's probably why he's undefeated so far. It's just the fact that he has very high level strats that he is consistent at, but he also has little like consistency things that he does in runs that like translates well to tournaments. Honestly, the only thing Moyashi that doesn't translate very well is Gringo launchers. And that strat is just, I can tell. I don't know if there's anyone who is like 100% confident in that strat. It's really scary. Oh, this freaking, it's gross. That's so easy, but he gets the same time I get on hierarchy by doing the hard strat. That's unfair. I need to learn that. No, I don't. I'll keep doing 53 hierarchy. But like that loses so little time to a good 53 hierarchy, and it looks so much easier. What the frick is that hierarchy strat? I love it. So consistent. No, yeah, just grab the banana bunch. Good job, A-list. Yeah, both players going crazy. Yeah. These two runs in general are not bad. A-list was doing a 999 bananas run. Don't worry about it. For swag points. He's a little bit behind. Actually, A-list. No, Moyashi has 69 bananas. Holy moly. Get it while it's hot. It's gone now because he played Piston, but there. No, it's back to 69. Back to 69. We're still on 69. Let's go. Thank you, Pistons. We get to hold on to it a little bit longer. Alright, now it's going to be over. Alright. We had fun while it lasted. Goodbye, Pistons. I like to pronounce Pistons with 2 S's. Ha. That's what I say when I die in Pistons. Really nice double spars from both players. Actually, I might have missed his death. I feel like he was on that stage for too long. Oh well. Anyway, that Piston's death was a bit unfortunate. A-list is now only like 3-ish level behind. Not as far behind as Moyashi was in the first race. And it got a little bit close with some stuff that happened in World 10. Like if Moyashi fails Gimmick again, that would be huge for A-list. But again, Moyashi has really amazing pausing ability, so I cannot see him failing the same pause strat twice. A-list at 69 now. Let's go. Oh, I missed it. Dude, Entangled Path! Yo! Moyashi's trying to move on. Ah, Entangled Path! Uh-oh. He needs to get it, like, now, or else A-list is caught up fully. Nope. A-list is still a bit behind, but that's a lot of Entangled Path deaths. No, not that collision either. When we're creating a 69 bananas category, it's interesting. What would be the fastest 69 bananas to grab, but then you'd have to do a 0 banana run for the rest of the run? Because that's definitely less bananas than you would get on a normal run, so you would have to do 0 banana strats. Very interesting. You have to route in the fastest way to get that number of bananas. It would just be like 999, of course, but like on a lower scale. A-list takes the lead with that. Yeah, that was a horrible situation on Entangled Path. That really sucks. Hopefully, Moyashi doesn't get too much in his head about it because he's not that far behind. Moyashi just needs to play nicely for the rest of the match and he'll definitely take the lead again. That was a lot of Entangled Path, yeah. Entangled Path sucks when you don't get it first try. It's so much a confidence issue. Because, like, typically when you fail it, you don't quite know why. Like, no one has a really... There are very few attempts that look really bad. It's, like, very minor things that can kill your attempt. A light party ball hit, a light, like, hit off the ending platform. It sucks, but it's what happens. But yeah, both runners are probably still on the 29 pace after all that. Like, they were both on really clean runs. Well, no. No, yeah. Well, now that A-list is in the lead, I don't know. Maybe they're not on 29 pace. Oh, that sucks on linear. He says, no, Moyashi, don't hesitate. You gotta get in the game. I saw that hesitation on the linear seesaw's death. I wish, for all the consistency things Moyashi does, I wish he wouldn't go full speed on linear seesaws in tournament matches. That just feels like a throwaway kind of thing. I've never consistently not died doing that. You think it's safe enough, but it's not. Oh, but Moyashi's saving some time. Oh, no, no, no. Nice backup. I was going to say, Alis wasn't able to do the frames, but Moyashi was doing them, but he also missed them. Both players kind of shaking right now. That backup was so fast, though, I think Moyashi actually saved time over not pausing. Like, he used 2 frames to pick up an extra 2 seconds on the stage because he was able to skip the first part. That backup was actually so clean that he actually, like, didn't lose time from pausing. Typically, if you pause and then do the stage normally, it's bad, but no. Moyashi found a very clean way to back it up. They're still entering the same stage at the same time. Anything can happen in World 10. Is the audio desynced? Oh, frick, it is. No, I put on frickin' audio delay when I do my straight plays off. Sorry about that, guys. I hope it wasn't too serious. If someone only noticed it this late, that's probably good, but that sucks. It's better now. I fixed it. I know exactly what you're talking about. I literally purposely put on audio delay on all my audio because Elgato's so delayed on my stream. Should be better now. Alis just 1 stage ahead. Can his consistency pay off? Nice. Guillotine. Oh, what? A-list? I don't think you're supposed to hold down left on that frame set. It works, but I'm fairly sure it's supposed to be an up left. I'm surprised that worked. That was like the wrong input on guillotine, I think, but it worked, so it wasn't wrong. It wasn't incorrect, but it's not the one I think you're supposed to do. Did you guys see that guillotine? If you get the 36, 65, 15 set, you're supposed to hold up left after getting hit by the guillotine. I think, anyway. Up left looks clean. Down left looks like he barely lived. So I think it's up left. But that was scary. I'm surprised down left even works. It's such a totally different input than up left. Up left sends you forward. Down left slows you down. That's why I barely made it. I think, anyway. Don't be a first frame. Yep. I sensed it. I've lost a world record pace run to a first frame on air hockey before. I know what it looks like. That's what it looks like. Believe me, I still have the nightmares. I still have the nightmares. That is exactly what an air hockey first frame looks like. I saw it and I felt it. I felt that in A-list bones. That really sucks though. That's actually the most time you can lose. But an exit game puts A-list back in the lead. That's hilarious. That's the most time you could lose to air hockey though. A death. Like, you would almost die 2 times and still not lose as much time as a first frame would. It's crazy. That's terrible. With that, they're neck and neck. Like, same stage. That's not, like, this time can be saved back by anyone simply by doing faster pausing on one stage. This is the kind of lead that's very, very fickle. It might as well be neck and neck. This could definitely go either way. And again, Moyashi is the pausing king, so does he have the advantage here? He takes the lead. There, like I said, slightly better pausing. Someone's in the lead. A-list, no, don't get stuck at 83. I wonder if A-list knows the amoeba backup. Ooh, Moyashi missing the complex frame. What in the world? Oh no, but he misses the frame set too for that old fast gimmick set. That puts A-list way in the lead. That sucks. This is why I don't like ever. Oh no. What's going on? I'm gimmick, dude. Okay, he gets a backup set. That's all we need. Just get out of this stage. That was a close disorder from A-list. Frickin', I can tell you there's decisions Moyashi made on gimmick there. I don't like this decision, but I'll explain it. Basically, there's 2 sets. 2 sets. Oh, 3D base death? That is not something you see every day. That is raw turdy spaghetti right there. Ooh. Oh, that worked. Okay, Moyashi. Dude, these guys are prosciutto. This is wet and wild. Oh no, don't just fail the pause. You had it. That was the last frame. And it was a 2-frame window too, because that frame's got some backups. It was a good place, but it just unpaused entirely. Oh no, he doesn't know the complex back up there where you can get the fast ending. That's really unfortunate. Never seen Monkey Ball speedruns before? It's pretty intense. Are you seeing this? Are you seeing this? They're on the same stage at the same time. A-List slightly in the lead. If he wins now, the match is over. We don't go to best of 3. No, A-List always the first pause in these kind of sets. This is nuts. A-List losing his lead. Moyashi ever so slightly in the lead right now. Both players on 30 pace, for sure. Maybe even low 31. Man, I was counting on, like, either of these players having a good World 10, honestly. Like, but they are feeling it. They're feeling the pressure. This is the Grand Finals, guys. You can't do World 10 on the Grand Finals. Really nice revolution, though, from Moyashi. We're just one invisible and created by from Moyashi taking game 2, and we're us going to a best of 3. No, A-Liz. Revolution is so much harder than. No, it's about as hard as it looks. We all know it looks hard to go into a goal that's on a rotating stage. It's as hard as it looks. Revolution is hard. And Moyashi taking his very consistent paused created by technique, which will probably score him the win. Yeah, there you go. 30-31 from Moyashi. Another solid 30 run from him, and this time it was enough to win. About the same run he got last time, but it just went kind of crazy this run. Dang it, Peachy, why'd you have to be right? Ha! Sorry, I had to make the prediction. I'm the commentator. Also, I'm biased for more content. Moyashi just failed to pause him before? Yeah, but in general, it's more consistent. You can't argue that it's not, like... Honestly, the only reason it's a bit scary when Moyashi does create by is he skips the final frame. He does the final frame pauses, so he makes it a 2-frame strat, which means he loses only 2 seconds to your average pauseless create by. Oh, sorry. Yeah. If Moyashi did all 3 pauses, the strat would be free. And if he knew he was in the lead there, I would have, but like, I guess he's confident in all 3, in 2 pauses. But I've seen him fail it in tourney matches before. It's costed him. Anyway, that's 1-1. We are now going to game 3. It is time. I can't imagine the influence of nerves in this match. Yeah. It's rough, dude. Grand Finals, and I know both of them really care. I can tell the Japanese runners, both Tako and Moyashi, really care about these tournaments. Because whenever they win, they like pop off on Twitter. Whenever they lose, they say stuff like disappointed, all that. It's sad. It's sad. I know and I know A-List cares, of course, because he's all about the competition. He's got a very competitive nature, so both of them really care about this match, which is why they're gonna really feel the pain when things go wrong. Feel the pressure for things to go right. All right. Let's do a countdown from 10. No, that doesn't affect that. That just makes it weirder for them. I'll just do it from 5. I'll say it from 10, though. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. I just want to do a countdown from 10 because it was the final round of the tournament. But I didn't want to do that in their chat because I would just confuse them. So I did it in real life, but I only typed 5-4. Good compromise, Peter. Peedle! That's not your name, Peter. That's not your name at all. Double world record incoming? Imagine. Holy frick. Just freaking 2 28-35s. No, do we want to tie? A 28-35 and a 28-34. I'll let you guys decide who got which. The 54 simple. That's a good omen. You love to see that at the beginning of your tourney match. It's a feel-good moment. Love Peedle Zinc. What were the times in the first match? A-List got like a 31x and Moyashi got like a 33x, I think. So it was a bit reversed, actually. This time, no, well, it was reversed score-wise, but I guess it wasn't actually the reverse numbers, because A-List got 31 there, but essentially they both got pretty good runs, except A-List was slightly faster in the first round. This time, it was Moyashi being a bit faster. Moyashi had a much happier start, though. A-List had to fight against some terrible feelings. After dying to, what was in the first match? Or in the second match? It was something rough. Organic form. That was the start of it, man. It was the worst case scenario when it comes to organic form. Taking 10 years to try and back it up and then dying. A-List got 30 in the first one? Yeah, he did get a 30 in the first round. It was like, again, he got 31x. Oh, sorry, I said 31. Yeah, I get it. No, a 30, and then it was like a 30-15 or something. Sorry, I can see how you could misinterpret that. Yeah, that was my own communication error, not your interpretation error. Yes, no, it was a 30, but like, yeah. Dang it, that's a very rare situation where it's ambiguous. It's only for like the multiples of 10. If I say 30, it can either sound like 31 or a 30, you know, 1x. But oh well. You know, if we ever do another small tourney, mark my words, we'll see so many spinning top skip strats. Who knows which version it'll be, because right now we're not even on Peach's top anymore. That's right, boys, we're on Bad Top from Bad SMSer. Okay. Okay. Okay, there we go. Getting curve bridge second try like that will save time over first cycle. Consistent curve bridge? Oh yeah, A-List has been doing first cycle since the semifinals. He's not trying to get stuck doing curve bridge frames. Once again though, Moyashi has saved time over A-List by being a pausing champ. Pause champ, that'd be a good emote. Someone should make that an FFZ. It's like Pog champ, but the pause menu is like overlaid over its face or something like that. That'd be silly. Anyway. Oh, I didn't notice Moyashi was doing 52 Eden for. That's kind of cool. Was A-List doing that too? Yeah, wow, these are consistent boys. Holy frick, they are not trying to die to Eden floor. Oop, 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 Eden floor. Pause champ. What happened to Peach's top 2? Bad Semester came up with a 2-frame setup that seems to work every time if you're good, which is like the ideal situation. You want to count on it every time. So that's probably what we'll be using it for a while. I will never pause 3 times on spinning top, but 2 is a good compromise for consistency. You still can't be consistent with bad top? Yeah, maybe it takes work, maybe it's not, I don't know. The stage is still in flux. We'll see what the ending strat is. Eventually we'll reach a point either where we get it every time, or we do it very fast but get it like half the time. That's probably like the end game scenario with that stage. It's such a wacky stage to break. You can't dominate spinning top. It's just got so many variables, man. Who wants a 2-pause bumpy check frame set? Talk to me on a day where I get like 2 runs in a row that die to bumpy check, and I'll still say no. We're in the end game now. It's frame perfect. It was probably invented by Yapuson. Now, Yapuson is the legendary frame strat creator, making frames for organic forms, sliders, bumpy check, and pistons. What a man. Glorious. 100% consistent 3-framer might be worth. I don't want to save only like a second on average though. I want to see some real time save out of spinning top. I think you get 2 frames consistent. I think Peach's top 2, which is 1 frame, never has a chance of being completely consistent, but it's a nice time save anyway. Very nice freaking alternative from Moyashi. Also finishing off World 2 with a 533. That's just good pace. That's just a good run. I take anything sub 540 is like a decent start to an attempt for me, so Moyashi's doing fine here. And A-List 544, not bad considering the time loss from Curve Bridge first cycle, that's like still a pretty good start. If you do first cycle, the best kind of time you can get is like a 540. Out of World 2. So considering both their strats, they both are on pretty good pace runs. Considering both the things they've went for. So Ayla's still on world record pace despite first cycle. That's crazy. Oh, you found a bumpy check frame set. That's funny. Very cool. Moyashi's 4th? Yes. Moyashi had a rough week. Once. Where he dropped from 2nd to 4th. In like just a couple days. Ah, classic 53 dribbles. Nice choice, Moyashi. Keep that lead. I don't know where to put the frames I found for Spinning Top. Oh, there's a frame sheet. There's an official frame sheet. Someone send that to Badass Messer so we can add those bad boys in. Anyway, back to the tournament. We were talking about... I just wanted to talk about Spinning Top Skip, okay? We're at a pretty legendary moment in Small where we're actually considering skipping Spinning Top. A strat that was called IL for the longest time. We're finding ways to do in RTA, which is really exciting. But back to the race. I mean... Boy, when it comes to turning up the heat, both players kind of did it, didn't they? Neither player has taken, like, a full death. The real difference between strats was Ayla's bonked, and he did Curve Bridge first cycle. That's the only reason he's behind Moyashi. Both players are still on a deathless run. This is, pretty incredible. Like, another bonk. Dang it, Ayla's. Oh, this... Little stuff adds up, you know. 3 bonks is like a death. Why does someone keep renaming the SB2 pause strat sheet speedo strats? Yeah, I don't know who does that. It's kind of... I disagree. I disagree. It's tacky. They're not speedrun strats. They're a very particular type. They're pause strats. It's so random. I will find you and I'll have a discussion with you. Yeah, but like, why? Who's dying on this hill where they want to change the name of the pause sheet that like they didn't even make? Can't wait for Seesaw Bridges frames. I actually just recently discovered that Seesaw Bridges frames are impossible in story. Like Seesaw Bridges IL. I did not know that the skip was impossible in story. But the starting platform in story just does not give you enough height. It's actually only possible in challenge mode, so we'll never actually have Seesaw Bridges frames in story. And you know, if there was going to be some stupid ultra long frame set, it would be in story, not in challenge mode. No one's doing that in advanced. But yeah, I don't know. It's such a weird, funny, random, silly thing to want to do. Rename the pause sheet to speedrun strats? That's just a less specific, that's a more vague and... It's like, I don't know. It's dumb. Sorry, whoever did it. Stop it. I can't believe anyone can add that spreadsheet. Yeah, it should be, honestly. Pausing is one of the more controversial topics that exists in this game. Oh! Beehive! I didn't even notice that Ayla's was going for Ayla's Beehive. That's crazy. Was he going for that every run? Sorry, was I mistaken? I said earlier that he was not, but if he was going for that every run, I'm sorry, A-list. I was misinformed. I was mistaken. Dope Sawzy. Hey, Monkey. Ready to watch an epic Grand Finals? We're on Game 3. We are tied. Pretty close together. Both of them being about a stage or so apart. Moyashi taking a good lead on world record pace. He's had a really clean run so far. And Gringo launchers. Moyashi's on a tear. Holy moly, dude. Moyashi's actually just on a clean run. Like, I would take this run to start my day. To start my PB attempt. He's been pretty much deathless, and like he got curve bridge frames as well. This is a pretty fantastic run from him. We'll see if he holds on to it throughout the end game, but A-list was dancing on the tip of disaster on that launchers. Barely bonks high enough to get back into the goal. That was crazy. But at this point, A-list has lost over like a death's worth of time loss to Moyashi from little bonks and stuff like that. It's unfortunate, but that stuff adds up. Both players are deathless, I believe. It's just, it's been slightly less clean from A-list. Yeah, no, Moyashi is going to get out of Seesaw Bridge is like high 11. High 11 1x. Which is just a fine start to a run. Like, that's PB pace. World record pace. I'd love to see Moyashi get a PB. Hey, I want to see the first 28 of the tourney. But then again, I don't know who I want to win. So I guess I want them both to get 28s. Listen, I have to try and not be biased here. So, no statements on who I think I want to win. But seeing some 28s would be sick. But yeah, Moyashi is on a pretty freaking solid run. Easy PB pace. Ayla's too. Again, remember, he did do curve bridge first cycle. So, subtract 10 seconds. Like, if this was a PB attempt, Ayla's would have done frames. So, subtract 10 seconds, not a crazy start. Like not a crazy bad start. Like, this is actually a fine start. Both of these runners could PB this run. This Seesaw Bridge is easy 34.3. Yeah, I would be surprised if... Ooh, little free fall exit game. That's like probably one of the first mistakes we saw from Moyashi this run. Pretty small, but like it's real. It exists. But yeah, I would be surprised if Ayla's didn't get Seesaw Bridges well this tournament, because last stream he like was ILing Seesaw Bridges for like a solid hour. So he's definitely cozy on that stage currently. It was my fault. I told him to IL. I was like, I love Seesaw Bridges, and I think he said he liked it too. And they ended up being there for a long time, just doing Seesaw Bridges ILs. It's fun. But yeah, on the topic of the frame sheet again, not saying I know anyone in particular who would do it, but if pausing remains a controversial topic, it's probably one of the few things that should be locked in the speedrun community. Because, I don't know, there are petty people that exist in the world, and if they really don't like pausing, who says they can't just change a frame slightly so it just doesn't work anymore and frustrate people who want to use pause strats? Dude. That's like a very silly hypothetical situation, but you never know. It should be locked. I don't know anyone who would do that. Like, there's no one currently who would do that, but gotta lock these things. No, it's not only old boys who don't like pause strats. Ike's pretty new to the community. He doesn't like him. He wouldn't do that, but like I'm just saying there are examples of, like, I think it really is like kind of like a personality thing, whether you like pause strats or not. But I think for new boys, it's less of like because they care about like the spirit of the game or whatever, and it's more like it's whether they find it fun or not. And like I can see why a lot of people would find buffering not fun. Considering Michael Cellino thing happened. Yeah, that's the guy who hacks speedrun.com and like griefs the pages, the leaderboards, right? Frickin' weird. Anyway, we're about to see the pace these runners are on. Both entering Zigzag Slope. They're all both on Zigzag Slope at the same time. It's a fairly long stage, but being on at the same time is pretty cool. Anyway, yeah, 14-15. That's only like, I believe in Moyashi's PB, he would have been like maybe barely sub 14, maybe 14-0x, so like less than 20 seconds behind his PB, I imagine. So again, still a PB pace run for both runners. I'd say both of them with a really clean endgame could still get a PB. But yeah, no, Griefing's worst case scenario. The medium scenario that still needs it to be locked is just people with little experience with that thing. Kind of like making mistakes that hurt the document. So you just want to make sure that people know what they're doing before they're able to edit it. Or you can just have someone who just has control over it. Just someone who knows how to use the sheet well, and like you just tell them the frames and they'll add it, you know? Something minor like that could help a lot. Troll defacing and sabotage. Yeah, you're right. I named a pretty evil scenario. That's the one that always comes up in my head. I'm scared. The one thing I don't want to do is learn a strat and then have it just like barely not work. You missed the Moyashi exit game again? Another exit game for Moyashi, eh? Not surprising I missed that, though. Again, that's a fairly minor mistake. As for deaths and stuff, these players have all kept it on the down low. It's crazy that the main time loss between these runners is just A-list not doing curve bridge frames, losing 8 seconds to Moyashi, and then exit games and bonks. It's crazy. Probably focus on the race. Yeah, sorry. Good discussion in the chat. I have no co-commentator, so I gotta use both my eyes to watch both the screens. So, same distance between the two players as before, eh? Incredible. I'll see if someone dies. because that'll be unexpected. That'll be new. But it just is not happening yet. Is it not unreal for me to just say, hey, let's hope for something sick? Freaking PBs from 2 top 5 runners? That'd be crazy. I think, well, if anyone PBs, that would definitely probably be the winner. I don't think we'll see 228s if I'm being realistic. And again, the end game can always go crazy, so. Well, you shouldn't expect it, but it'd be kind of interesting. But this race is incredible. Both players on amazing pace. A clean run at this point with modern strats is a 16-30. And both of them were really low 17s. Out of World 6. So, they're not that far behind the perfect run. As depending on the red game, they could have a real chance. But yeah, it's just been going really well. Also, 10 easy? 10 easy. Or did Moyashi get first cycle? He must have. He's already out of there. Yep, 12 easy. We got first cycle from both players every single attempt of this here race. That's pretty epic. I may be an eyeball, but eyeball. I may not be a monkey. Nice 55 obstacle from A-list. Ooh, one of the faster collisions you can get in Domino. If you make that turn really fast after getting hit straight up, you can get a 53 there. That's kind of the 53 collision. It wasn't perfect though. Oh, A-list twice in a row with the lame obstacle collision. Holy moly. Oh my god, it almost wasn't enough to cross those gaps. That was gross. Why does Domino have it out for A-list today, dude? Moyashi, consistency pausing Domino has paid off for him against A-list every single race. Every single round of this match. Using a frame to get good collision on Domino every time is something that's worked out for him, at least in a tournament setting. I wouldn't pause that in every single run. Losing a quick 0.2 or whatever is not the cool. He insta pauses it though, so it really is probably Callum's measurement of an insta pause, 6 frames or so. But yeah, no, you know what? It loses no time, honestly. Absolutely, insta pause the Domino switch collision. Why not? If it gives you a fast button hit every time, it's worth it. Both players doing different hierarchy strats. Moyashi barely living. Let's see how A-list's safe fast strat goes. He might actually get a faster time than Moyashi with a safer strat, which would be pretty impressive. Yeah, what is this strat? I didn't know you could get a 52. He did save time over Moyashi, by the way. I didn't know you could get a 52 without doing the 53 hierarchy setup. That's crazy to me. Yeah, if Moyashi, it's all on. A-list is playing well. He has not died much. He's basically been holding on to the. Both players have not really died. That's the funny thing. This gap we have is literally bonks and no curve bridge frames from A-list. Both players are playing so consistent, but Moyashi is going for more risky strats, but also getting them. That's where his lead has been kept. Whoa! That Civ. Okay. Now both players are officially on their last stage of their match. And double spiral not treating A-list nicely. And of course Civ is usually pretty smooth, so Moyashi getting out of there. Yeah, see, even with Civ load, the load wasn't even that fast. World 7 loads are always bad. You'd think Civ would be better because it's a longer stage than double spiral, but yeah. I think World 8 just takes a lot to load. Pistons must just be in an ugly stage to load or something. Well, World 8's just got a lot of moving parts. And they do preload levels, right? So, I guess that's just why. Is low manip on Civ faster? Typically, no. It would be a slightly faster load because it's a longer stage, but because you manip it earlier, you'll get a lot more dummy loads. So, double spiral is slightly faster low manip. I think doing Civ last is just a habit that some of the Japanese players have kept from a long time ago. The actual difference is nothing. It's not a difference of like a second. It's like very, very little. But it's just worth noting that double spiral on average is a slightly faster low manip route. Yeah, here's Moyashi on Entangled Path. This is what killed his last race. Well, didn't kill it. He won, but like it really made it a lot closer. Oh no, one death. That puts A-List on the same stage as him. Okay, second try. I think Moyashi will take that. I think that's a sigh of relief, even though he took a death. That's not bad. Not a bad situation. We take second try. This race is actually insanely close and intense. I mean, yeah, right? The two most consistent players. And of course, just two top 5 runners, right? I mean, they're so next to each other. Look at their PBs! Look at that! Are you seeing this on the screen? Like, everything about this race just speaks like it's gonna be an epic race. Yeah, that's the thing though. Like, Civ is only better if your pausing is kind of slow on Civ. But like, Moyashi is definitely not the person who would have slow pausing on Civ. So I always wonder why he hasn't switched over. But again, it's such a minor difference that like no one's gonna like have a cow over it. Like Amoeba tested it. On average, it's like a less than a second saved by doing double spiral last. And since he doesn't do double spiral last, he could like fight for like a mid 47 double spiral and not lose any time to loads. Like he could optimize his double spiral without worrying about it. Heck, maybe Moyashi one day will like one pause all of double spiral frames, which would save time because you'd get a 50 and a lot of one pauses like that. Hey, it wouldn't lose too much time. Moyashi could be the one to optimize double spiral since he doesn't do it last. Like basically, if you choose not to do a stage as low manip, you can actually go ham on the optimizations. When it's your low manip stage, you don't really care. Because it's like, hey, every bit of time I save will just give me a worse load. Like, why should I even try? I say that, but for some reason I still go for clips on Junction. It's silly, but I always do. I can't stop myself. I want to play Junction fast. So that's neck and neck. That's pretty good. Moyashi ever so slightly in the lead, but that's yeah, that's pretty close. That's a pretty close race. We're not at sync level of close, but they're on the same level. A-List has been slightly behind this entire race, and now he is only ever so slightly behind right now. He's definitely been catching up. Moyashi finally took the deaths that A-List needed to like really bridge the gap. And they're both on pretty good runs. Yes, definitely easy 29 pace right now. Hey, let's make up some bananas on Warp. That's how he's gonna win. The power of bananas. Yeah, as far as timer sync, it's been really good. Usually my streams lag a lot more when I'm restreaming, but it's been really nice. I haven't had to really refresh at all, which is cool because it's the grand finals. You know, please internet, just spare me and let's have a nice clean restream. And it kind of has. I think it's only lagged like twice. A-List is only a second behind the timer's accounted for. Jeez, that's effectively neck and neck. Like there's no 1 second ahead is not something that's just held onto. Ooh, flat maze death. No, that's huge. Both players actually doing non-boosted flat maze. A very consistent style, but a little bit of a bonk there for Moyashi and flat maze, putting A-List in the lead. Of course, Guillotine with Moyashi. Guillotine saves a bit of time over A-List with faster pausing. Saving a bit of that time back instantly. World 10 is definitely Moyashi's place to save time back over A-List. Absolutely. I think this is not... I think, like I said, oh, that exit game actually catches Moyashi up a bit more. First frame? Did someone first frame? I don't think anyone first frame. There was an exit game, but I don't think there was a first frame. That freaking exit game, though. Oh my gosh. A-List, don't first frame air hockey again. He knows. He's gonna menu. He's gonna stage like so safely here. Watch this. Oh, that wasn't so slow. Thank you, A-List, actually, for proving me wrong. I was kind of calling you a bit of a loser there, and you proved me wrong. I like that. A-List did first frame air hockey last run. I thought that maybe like he'd be so sure to not first frame, but nah, he's fine. That's A-List though. He doesn't let past mistakes dictate his run, his current run. He's not thinking about what he did last time. He's in the moment. That sync. It's a bit fake, but it's pretty syncy. This is kind of epic. Are you seeing this? Are you guys seeing this? Bing! Whoop! Whoop! Oh, no double clip. A-List takes the lead with a clip on training. That clip decided A-List's ever so slight lead. If we're not basing off the timer and just basing it off of the actual gameplay, which I want to do because that's more fun. I'll say whoever's in the lead based on the actual feeds until the run's over. Moyashi this time getting the old faster gimmick set as a backup. As you can actually see the time loss. You can actually see the time you lose doing that set compared to complex gimmick. Very nice though they didn't die in gimmick this time. Moyashi did not get kicked in the butt by that stage. I love the visual representation of how much faster you're on training with a clip. Yeah, that's the first time I've gotten to see that actually. That's beautiful. Nice boss track comparison too. Yeah, wow, the difference between complex gimmick and the old fast gimmick. That's cool. This race is literally like just like an example. We're getting to see the difference between world TED strats. This is beautiful. Come on. Let's see pause this 3D base so we can see some time difference for that. No? Okay. No, alright. This is pretty insane though. The difference of like random little endings to stages, training clip, complex gimmick are deciding the lead right now. This is the kind of insane a World 10 should be with top runners. It's not people dying back and forth. Okay, A-List not getting labyrinth frames. This is another representation. Yep, Moyashi gets labyrinth frames, so we get to see the difference between these two strats. Does that put Moyashi in the lead? Yes, it does. Labyrinth frames puts Moyashi in the lead. Labyrinth frames saves a significant amount of time. Look at that. That's what it looks like. A-List was in the lead, but labyrinth frames put Moyashi back in the lead. But A-List didn't die. He just did a regular labyrinth. Bonkers. Out of control this run. Okay. Backup frame. Yep, he gets it on postmodern. Very nice, very nice. A-List gets the base set. So he saves a little bit of time over Moyashi there. Now's not the time to freeze gameplay. Please! Please! Hello? A-List? Okay. Oh no, it's stopping in the same place. I think that's A-List's stream. A-List? You alright, buddy? A-List? It's a stream? Dang it, that is the worst possible scenario. Moyashi getting all the stuff that he wants. Nice and clean. Dang it, no! Moyashi, though, popping off this run. With what looks like pretty much... Ooh, created by death. If he gets a first try, he's got it most likely. He doesn't, but I can't see A-List. This sucks. It would just be a bad look if A-List like won, but we didn't see the end of it. I don't know. I don't know what time A-List is getting, but there's Moyashi with a 29.37. Is it... What, are we panicking? What's going on? I'm not going to add a point until I see what time A-List got. Oh, okay. Okay, he's on invisible. Moyashi wins. That would have been scary. That was a scary situation. But Moyashi does win. That was kind of a Monk S ending. Not gonna lie. Anyway, GG. Absolute GG to Moyashi. You won. You did it. You are the champion of Small. The Summer of SMAL tournament. Congrats. An excellent time to finish the race with. You did an amazing job. And congrats to A-List, our second place silver medal winner for the Summer of SMAL tournament. Being the player who has defeated many a strong player throughout this tournament. Extremely consistent. Small is a hard category. And you guys both pulled it off with aplomb. But yeah, GG's Moyashi. What do you call him? You're the summer solstice? You're the summer of small stinking champion? I don't know. Congrats to our third place Petrie, if I'm not mistaken. Oh, thank you. I appreciate it before the best. Yeah. I'm bronze. Now on to the fall of small. That just sounds like the community falling apart in like a horrible argument. That sounds like something in a history textbook that would lead to like the death of our friendships and stuff. That sounds terrible. The downfall of small. That's like complex splices. A-list becomes a pause hater. I switch over to expert permanently. Small falls apart. Friendships die. Everyone hates each other. Sega remakes Super Monkey Ball 2 but removes small. A-list becoming a pause hater would be a good thing, but that would be part of the fall of small. Moyashi's Azric. Peter permanently switches to paused wormhole for every scenario. Everything is ruined. Classic. GG though. I'll probably go tell him in the race chat. That's really awesome. GG, Moyashi and A-list. Congrats. Congratulations, Moyashi. I want to put a funny emote on my congratulations. I'll just put a monkey face. There we go. Perfect. And now I'm going to crash my Discord real quick so that I can actually do an interview with A-list. So I'm going to join a call inside one of my private Discords, and then Discord will crash, and then I'll be able to interview A-list if he wants to. I haven't asked him yet, but I guess we'll see. But I'm going to preemptively crash Discord so that I can do that. It's kind of weird. Am I the only person in the world who has Discord crash every single time on the very first call of the day? It seems very random and silly. Yes, yeah, I'm the only person. Wild. That's all. That's crazy. There's like 7 bajillion people in the world, and Discord decides to pick on me. You hate to see it. Everyone moves to any percent. The fall of small. There is actually a fall tourney though. You heard it here from someone earlier in the stream. Fallout, it's gonna be called. It's gonna be a score tourney. IL score. Or will it, wait, is it RTA score? I just heard score. I assumed IL, but you could do RTA score too. It's IL score though, right? That makes a lot more sense. IL score. SME1 IL score. Cool, cool. I just like had a moment where I was like, I guess I assumed that it was IL, but you never know. RTA score is kind of wacky, right? That'll be after Afterbite's tournament. How long that'll take? Afterbite's tournament is just gonna be a top 8 bracket, right? It should be pretty fast. SME1 actually tells you your score. SME2 does too at the end of every run. On the leaderboards it does anyway. Late October or November, maybe a little later. Cool. Sounds like fun. Alright, my Discord restarted. I'll ask A-list if he wants to do an interview. No interview? Yes. Was just crashing my Discord. There we go. Let's see if we can get this bad boy in the interview station. Hello, A-list.
What's up, Peter?
I'm doing pretty well. I got to see a really awesome match between monkey ball friends. That's pretty good, eh?
That is pretty good. It's a good way to spend your weekend.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and early in the morning too. A bit half hour later, by the way. Sorry about that, but I don't know. I didn't wake up for some reason. I think it turned out okay if no one had to go anywhere because, like, you know, later in the morning, the more NA viewers got to watch. I think, which is kind of cool. I saw a lot of people. I agree. I saw a lot of people show up around like the third match, so that was kind of cool. But of course, that's just me justifying my mistake. So I'm glad you guys were still around when I got there. I was really scared. When I woke up, I checked my clock instantly. full of fear, and I saw it was like 9:37 when I woke up. It was horrible. So I
Yeah,
like grabbed a
those-
coffee and turned on my computer.
Those moments are something. I know exactly what you mean. Your heart just stops for a second. You're like, oh crap.
Yeah, I was like, I should have been waking up to my alarm. I shouldn't just be sitting here waking up. This is wrong. Anyway, so the match. That was First of all, I just have to tell you, you don't watch, so you don't know, but that was every single time a back and forth, extremely close match. I could go into detail about the third match because it was good gameplay and the back and forth. Until invisible. Well, that's invisible for you, right?
I just gotta live with that. But
You,
that's okay.
if there's anything you want to watch to be extremely, like, investigative and like researching the difference of strats in World 10, you gotta watch that World 10 between you and Moyashi in that third race. You guys were switching back and forth based off of endings to stages alone. Let me explain this to you. Training, you were in sync. You dropped at the same time. You got the clip, Moyashi didn't. You took the lead. Then, Gimmick, you took a slightly faster lead because you got complex Gimmick, and Moyashi got the old fast Gimmick frames. Then you held that lead until Labyrinth, where you did pause with Labyrinth, and Moyashi was able to get the frames. Then he took back the lead slightly, by like a second or two. Like, it was like the difference of strats were making that back and forth. Usually in World 10, it's like who dies more throughout the entire World 10. This time it was like pure, like, what choices, what gameplay, what luck happened. Like, it was really cool. It was a sight to behold. Everyone was popping off.
That is cool.
But it seemed like you were pretty in the zone during that third race. Throughout most of it. Like, how long were you on PB pace? Like, how long could you feasibly get a PB?
Oh, I have no idea. I didn't have my splits up.
Right, yeah.
I mean, it was like, I want to say probably like world. I don't know. I didn't. Let's see. I died once in World 8. I didn't die in World 9. But I probably exited a game, I think, or something. I probably World 7 or World 6.
Cool.
I think.
That's pretty impressive for not doing CB frames to start.
Yeah.
Because, like, for a while, that was the only thing setting you back from Moyashi. Like, you guys held the exact same lead for, like 60% of the match just because of Curve Bridge. That was, like, the one difference.
Yeah.
Speaking of which, your Curve Bridge first cycle paid off about 50-50.
Yeah.
Because the first race, Moyashi... Yeah, okay, go ahead.
I totally figured that, that when I decided to do this for like the last two matches, or not just the last two games with Moyashi, but I mean versus Moyashi and Taco, I just figured sometimes it would pay off, sometimes it wouldn't.
Yeah.
Sometimes they would totally get it first try, but then there'd be other times where they'd get it fourth try, and so yeah, that's about what I expected.
Yeah, how it went was the first time you got first cycle, solid like 250 something. And Moyashi got a 244 World 1, which is crazy for a race. Yeah. And then the second time, Moyashi did something crazy, actually. Even though he lost a lot of time to you, it was kind of epic what he did. He missed the first he missed on the fourth frame of Curve Bridge, and then he went for first cycle. Like, he was clipping off of everything. He was a madman. Wow. And then he barely didn't make first cycle. He got second cycle at the end.
Dang.
But Moyashi almost made, like, the epic pausing compromise play of getting first cycle after missing the first four, like going for the first 4 frames of Curve Bridge, and that was like a legendary moment.
Yeah, that would have been crazy.
I don't know what possessed him to try that though, because he like almost died. Like, he was going for like IL clips. He was clipping off of everything on Curve Bridge. It was pretty crazy. But that was the second round. That was where your first cycle paid off, because he went for the frames and he ended up getting second cycle, so he lost like 15 seconds to you, 20 seconds, and then. In the third race was actually the closest one. You got first cycle, of course, and Moyashi got a 249. So you lost like barely any time to him there. So it was basically the same in the first race. It was really crazy. It showed a difference between strats, and like it definitely like it was back and forth. You know, sometimes the extra time saved from Curve Bridge frames paid off. Sometimes the consistency paid off. You know.
Yeah, 100%.
Like, for example, even though you lost time to Moyashi to Curve Bridge frames in the first race, you actually gained it back by going for blue goal launchers. Because Moyashi died twice to green goal in that race, so it's really cool.
It's funny, I almost did green goal launchers today just because I've been doing advanced the past couple days, but I was like, nah, I don't think so.
Yeah, I
still, you know.
blue goal launches.
Yeah, go.
I forgot how to do it. Unfortunately. The last couple times I've been like, I'm gonna be consistent and do blue goal launchers. I like failed the blue goal launcher setup and like missed a cycle, so I'm never doing blue goal again.
Yeah.
But you get punished sometimes. But yeah, any particular instances that you thought were cool you want to talk about?
My second race Pistons was the craziest Pistons anyone's ever seen. I was literally grinding. I literally told myself in my head I want to go back and check chat, see if anyone noticed. But I like grinded more than half of the edge of like Pistons, like
was
straight
it
up.
fast or just scary?
No, it was just scary as hell. Like I literally was on, like more than half my ball was off the stage, like most of the stage.
I think I did subconsciously catch that. I didn't like mention it, but I feel like in the corner of my eye, I was like, "Is Pistons a scary stage?" Because I think I saw something terrifying in like the corner of my eye. But glad it worked out anyway. It's like that gimmick that happened to you, part 2, where you like grinded it for 5 seconds. That's really cool though. Close calls. That third race was really crazy though. It was like deathless for both of you for so long. Very cool.
Yeah, I'm super sad about Invisible, obviously, but it is what it is, I guess. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, can't go back and change it.
Nope.
And it's not like I don't know how to play the stage. It just happens.
Yeah, we all know how to spell it here. We got that.
Hopefully. Of course, I want to, give my biggest of shout-outs to Moyashi for winning. 100% deserved. I think from being, 5-0 in the Swiss pools to bopping everyone in the bracket, I think he clearly deserves this win. So really huge congrats to Moyashi.
Yeah,
and GG's.
He really showed up. There's just such a big difference between like one's PB or leaderboard ranking and how like well they can play when you just hand them a controller in the game and say do a run.
Yeah.
How well that is for Moyashi in general, pretty good. He for a while had the fastest time of the tourney with a 29.2x, and like in general, like every single run he did, it was like somewhere between like low 31 and low 29. It was quite impressive. Just that level of consistency. And of course, you were the one who was able to pull off some epic wins with some really fast times in the tournament too. So GG's for that. That's why I was so unsure who was gonna win. It was gonna be someone having a really good day. It wasn't gonna be anyone screwing up. That's what I think.
I really wish my World 10s were better, of course, in 2020 hindsight. I feel like all 3 races my World 10s were pretty bad.
Yeah,
like, of course, my World 10, the last race, was only bad because of Invisible, so I wouldn't call it, like, an overall bad World 10, but, like, I remember both races I was going into World 10 with, like, a high 29 pace, like, 100%, and then I got, like, a mid-30 and then, like, a mid-31 or a low 31. So I was losing just like a bunch of time both races to World 10. So I think I still played pretty decently overall. Like there's still some dumb mistakes, but that's like literally impossible to avoid for any human being.
Yeah.
So yeah, I still thought I played pretty well. Like going into World 10, 29 pace is like a good run. But World 10 was not my world today.
Yeah, I mean, it wasn't anyone's. No one here had a clean World 10 today. All 3 of you.
Yeah.
Like, I think the lowest maybe I saw... No, I don't think I even saw, like, a 3-2x. I never wasn't quite counting, but, like, no one pulled out, like, the clean World 10 to win a match. It was always kind of a back-and-forth crazy situation. You know what that means? It's time for Complex's IW ROM hack. Woo, woo!
That's right.
Woo, woo.
Shoutouts.
I've been using that a lot, dude. I'm getting carried by that lately. That's the only reason I have good end games now.
Yeah, no, IWs are so beautiful indeed.
Mm-hmm. Anyway, I mean, hey, if that's the end of the small tourney, you're the host. Why don't you say something funny or cool?
Yeah. I mean, I don't have chat up, which would probably be a smart idea, but shout out to anyone and everyone who came to watch, who followed, who subbed, who gave bits, who retweeted tweets, who did whatever they could to support this tournament. Thank you guys, because without you guys, there's not a reason to do this tournament. Really, there's no one to do it for. Then what's the point?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm gonna be giving out the payouts this coming week for anyone who's curious how that's gonna work. What else? I do know I want to advertise that Afterbite is hosting a Super Monkey Ball 1 all difficulties all levels tournament. The signups end in a couple days. If someone can post a link to that in chat, that'd be super duper
Let
helpful.
me just,
Um,
I'll get that.
awesome. So even if you haven't really played the category, as you've seen from this tournament, it's not always about winning. It's about getting better. It's about just experiencing the run, the game, the community, all that different kind of stuff. So yeah, please consider signing up. I thought this tournament was a good success. Of course, the tournament at the end started to slow down a little bit, but I really appreciate all of the runners who participated and played their hearts out. If I were to give a final, top 8 placement kind of thing, off the top of my head, I believe it's Moyashi in first, me A-list in second, Petrus Inc. in the co-commentator or the commentator third. Taco, fourth, tied for fifth. Or no, it's just tied for the top, all 5 of them. Yeah, the 4 fifth placers were Llama J Cool, Zella, and Complex.
Wow.
So shoutouts to them. I had a good time hosting this tournament. Yeah, I don't have a tournament upcoming to announce at the end of this or anything. I'm definitely gonna be taking like a small TOing tournament break, but yeah, I appreciate everyone giving this tournament all the support that it got.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and I had fun playing it. I gotta thank you for all the work you put in there for organizing and stuff. I don't know how that works, but it seems like when there's that many people and that many matches, it's quite a task.
Yeah, thanks for restreaming so much at the end. Shoutouts to Afterbite and Petrus Inc. for coming in the last couple weeks and really making this tournament able to live and breathe. They
Yeah,
kind of resuscitated
I didn't want to
it
see
in a way.
a lack of restreamers anyway, ever. It happened a couple times. Nah, it's better when there's a restreamer. It's not that hard to just stream and just talk a little bit. It's only a maximum of an hour or so.
Yeah.
I'm thinking about a raid. Do you know how to raid as a restreamer? Because I see some good raid targets.
If you have the if you're a mod or you have that access, you can just do the raid command.
I can? Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Because I want to raid this stream called Racing to Help. That's a charity marathon that's going on right now.
Hey, that sounds pretty good.
Not only is it a speedrun marathon, and it's a smaller one, they've already raised almost $1,000 for a children's hospital. But me and Fricks are actually doing some monkey ball runs later today in it, so I figured that would be a fitting little transition. So
yeah,
I'm just
that's
gonna try
awesome.
that. I'm gonna try
what are you guys doing and when?
Mine is at 4, and Fricks is at 3:30. We're one after the other. PM EST.
What are you guys doing?
He's doing any %. I'm doing small.
Dude, that is so awesome. How did I not know about this?
I don't know. I didn't talk about it too much. I only tweeted about it, but I didn't want to show off too much about it. But I thought it was a cool thing that I was offered to join a while ago. This was months ago that I was told. Back when I had a 31 or something. A long time ago.
Super dope. So you're about to everyone show up for Fricks and Peter.
Yeah, that'll awesome. Be in about 3 hours. But right now they're doing some Titanfall 2 speedruns. Yeah. So everyone tune in.
Raid.
All right, here we go. So that means the stream will stop. Bye, guys. See you. Thanks for coming out. Give them your monkey ball best. All right, I clicked the raid button and I clicked the stop stream button.